Hey everybody, today is December 8th, and this is Earth Science. I'm Mr. Sheridan. I hope you're all having a great day. I want to walk you through really quickly the CK12s for today because they are a little more complicated, and we have a few more vocabulary words than normal today. So let's walk through those. So your first assignment today is called short-term climate change. And it's going to focus on, this is relatively normal. We need to talk about, you need to tell me what short-term climate change is, and then you need to focus on El Nino and La Nina. There's an instructional video to watch. This is relatively normal. Make sure that you understand these diagrams because they will be important as you are looking at summatives here next week. However, this is the assignment that I really want you to focus on, and it will take you a little bit longer than normal, okay? Because this assignment covers the carbon cycle, and you need to know what the carbon cycle is. You need to understand a lot of things about it. This is a longer CK12 than normal, so I'm just warning you to have a little bit of extra time so that you can get this one done. We need to talk about photosynthesis and respiration, their definitions, what the chemical formula for photosynthesis is. We're mixing carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight to make, and we remember what a chemical reaction looks like, that we've got plus signs over here, and then this is our, almost like our equal sign, is that arrow that, that turns that into sugar and oxygen. So we are focused on this carbon cycle. This diagram right here will be incredibly important. You need to study this diagram. You need to understand what things are. And one of the things that I want you to really focus on is if you look down here, you'll see that the black numbers indicate how much carbon is stored in various reservoirs, and the purple numbers indicate how much carbon moves between reservoirs each year. So what I really want you to focus on are these black numbers. And not necessarily that you have to memorize the exact number, but I want you to know that there's about the same amount of carbon in the atmosphere as there is in vegetation, at least relatively close. There's about double that in the soils, and there's a whole bunch of carbon down here in the deep ocean. That's really what I need you to get out of this. So we need to focus on where that carbon is stored. And as it moves around through the carbon cycle, you'll see that there's not a lot that's moving in and out of the deep ocean. A lot of that carbon is staying there. There's more movement as we get up here. We're talking about these purple numbers now. That some of this is moving in and out of the atmosphere, but really that big number down there, that's what we need to. And then your sediments, excuse me, on the ocean floor, in that oceanic crust down there, there's not a lot in there either. Then we need to talk about the difference between carbon sinks and carbon sources. And we're going to talk more about, and then we also need to talk about the human impacts on the carbon cycle. And so you're going to talk about deforestation and what that means. So I just want to warn everybody that that's a significant portion of what our summative is going to be. So we'll see a rubric at the beginning of next week that will cover what your summative is going to cover. And for those of you who have been in the habit of turning in summatives way late, we're going to get those turned around really quickly, because those all need to be done on, it'd be a week from Thursday. So we'll assign that on Thursday. You'll have Thursday and Friday to work on that summative, and then I'm going to be grading them over that first weekend so that you can see what your grades are, and we'll talk about retakes after we get back from our break. But please don't let that hang over your head over the break. We need to make sure that all of those are turned in on that Thursday before we leave for break. So Monday and Tuesday will be review days, and then we'll have our summative on Thursday. So does anybody have any questions about, or excuse me, we're still recording, but that's going to be the schedule as we go forward, and I'll take any questions from folks that are in class. Let me know. As always, feel free to email me if you have any questions, and we will talk to you again tomorrow, or not tomorrow, excuse me. We have advisory tomorrow, and then we'll talk again on Thursday. Have a great day.